everybody, this is Joe Mack. I hope you guys are doing well today. I hope everything sounds okay, looks okay. I hope you are doing okay. Tonight, we're going to discuss a subject that is not one that is easy to talk about at all. But I think given the way I did the first two videos, given my experience over the past almost 50 years now, I think it's time to talk about this. And the subject we're going to talk about tonight will not do well with an algorithm. It will not do well for ratings, but hopefully it will reach out and touch someone in their time of need. And that subject is suicide. I was looking through some research for this video and found just an appalling, astonishing, really crazy, scary statistic. And the statistic is the death rates for young adults and teens from 13 to 35. Number one is accidents. Kids do crazy things. I like to tell mine about their undeveloped brain frequently. So the accidents, unfortunately, it's a big way that young people die. And then number two is homicide, which is mind-blowing to me. The number two threat between 13 and 35 is homicide. And then coming in right behind that is number three, suicide. Let me take you back a little bit. Let me take you way back, actually. My earliest childhood memories are of people taking their own lives. My very best friend, his father committed suicide. I think I was 5 when that happened. And as a 5-year-old, it is just earth-shattering. And I can tell you as a 35 or a 55-year-old, it's earth-shattering. So I had that happen. About just a few months later, one of my dad's good friends left behind a beautiful little girl and a wife. So then I go to school, right? I'm in, I think, 8th grade, and one of the most popular kids on the football team, the high school football team, going through a breakup with his girlfriend at the time, shot himself in the chest with a deer rifle and died. When I went into police work, I saw it on a pretty regular basis, but we went on a call where a gentleman had cut himself across both biceps and was bleeding a lot. And we had to figure out a way to get this guy neutralized where he couldn't hurt himself anymore, couldn't hurt us. And we discussed a quick plan, hit him with mace, and I was gonna run in and tackle him, and then we were gonna wrap him in a shower curtain, and that is exactly what we did. And we were able to save him that day. Sadly, about 2 months later, I get a call back to that apartment complex for a man with a gun, and as I round the corner, I see the same gentleman out in the courtyard of the apartment complex, and he proceeded to shoot himself in the head. And I was there with him as he breathed his last. You know, it was hard for me. I can't imagine what it was like for his family. And all the people that he had convinced himself that didn't love him anymore, all the friends that he didn't think cared, the damage and the pain it did to them, it's unimaginable. I remember another one where I had to deliver this news. Lady was actually at a benefit, doing a cookout, a barbecue benefit for some friends of theirs. Her boyfriend, husband, I'm not sure which one he was, but killed himself, and I had to go deliver that news, and the whole place just literally like 85 to probably 100 people there at that benefit that would have quickly jumped up and ran to his aid had he said something. If you've watched the first 2 episodes, you know that I got off into some drug use. I got pretty out of my mind and did a lot of things that I shouldn't have. And I got to a point where I got in my head that I was better off, my kids were better off, my family would be better off if they didn't have to worry about or support me anymore, that I should end my life. And I remember sitting on my floor in the bathroom of the house I lived in at the time with the Glock, which if you know Glocks, they don't have a safety. And I sit there and I would spin that gun around with my finger in the trigger, spin it around, bang it on things, just praying that it would go off, because I wasn't, in my mind at the time, courageous enough to do it. Thank God I didn't. I believe he protected me there. You know, I went through all those situations and then went into was actually in a couple different rehab facilities. I'm a bit of a slow learner. And since then, I had an occasion at work where I had a gentleman in my office, a guy that was about my age, that related to the things I've been through. And we sat and talked for about an hour one day on a Thursday. And he left on Friday to go visit some family in Louisiana. And I find out that he was in a high-speed chase. And as the cops came up to his truck, he ended his own life. I guess just didn't see a way out, didn't see a happy ending anyway, couldn't find it. And he took his life, and I know he left behind a wife and 2 beautiful girls. I don't tell these stories to be overly dramatic. They're dramatic in and of themselves, and the effects it has on people is so dramatic. I don't tell this story to stir up guilt in anyone. You know, a lot of those situations I've said. There was another one that happened that I didn't even mention that I said afterwards, after these things happened, and questioned myself, like, did I say the right thing? Did I do the right thing? Did I fail? And the answer is maybe. You know, we don't know what to say or do when people are in that mindset. A lot of times we don't even know they're in that mindset. The thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. But I have come, I being Jesus, have come that they, all of us, may have abundant life. When you're in that situation, it is next to impossible in and of yourself without some divine interference. It is almost impossible to see that abundant life could ever be a real thing. But I sit before you today telling you that it absolutely can. I wouldn't trade the life I have today for anything that I've ever pursued. I wouldn't trade the life I've got today for anything that there ever was. Like, to think that I could have ended it in that pit of despair is terrifying. To have seen the fallout and the ripple effect and the destruction behind it, man. That's what Satan loves. He loves to have us be his instrument of destruction. And what a better way to do it than to kill. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Jesus comes to give us abundant life. Now, what if you're the person that is not on the outside looking in, and you're the person that's sitting here right now looking at me saying, Joe, I hear you talking about that abundant life. I hear you talking about being able to come out of the darkness, and I'm glad you did it, but I do not see a way out for me. Well, I can't convince you of anything, but I can tell you there's hope. I can tell you there's a better life. I can tell you abundant life is within your grasp. It doesn't have to end now. It doesn't have to end here, and it can get better. So if you're that person that's sitting there right now, feeling it, thinking, there's no way, I'm done. I'm out. It's over. Nobody wants me. Nobody loves me. Nobody cares for me. There's nobody that'll come for me. You have to drum up the courage to reach out. If you're in immediate trouble right now, this moment, here's the number right here on the screen for the suicide hotline. They will answer your call. They will talk you through it. They will connect you with people, and you're going to make it. If for some reason you can't get to that, you don't have cell phone service, whatever the case may be, you get your hands on a phone, you dial 911. And I can tell you from personal experience, a police officer will show up wherever you're at. And it may not be the most pleasant experience you've ever had, but they will keep you alive, they will get you help, and you can live to play another day. Third thing, you have to put yourself out there. And you have to understand that there are people that will listen to you. They're not going to be blown away by your story. They're not going to be appalled. They're going to say, it's okay. I love you. Christ loves you. And we're going to make it through this. So if you're in immediate crisis, please call that hotline that's on the screen right now, or 911, and they will get you immediate help and get you safe for the moment. Then you reach out to your pastor. If you don't have a pastor, you reach out to someone's pastor. You reach out to a family member, a friend at work, someone that you trust. You can leave a message for me. If there's a message of someone making an outcry, I promise you I will. It's the moment I see it, I will get someone headed your way. Or I'll talk to you, whatever it takes. Family deserves better than for you to end it right now. Because there's a hope, there's a future, and there's abundant life for you.